I just emailed these to myself. They're of Beddington Farm land. It's all quarried now. This is one lake. I've just four pictures of it. What I haven't included is the big hill. Millions of tons of our refuse has gone into making these great hills, which has transformed this beautiful flatland area into an absolute, well, I don't like it. So it's great for bird watchers though. There are thousands of birds scavenging, but slowly it's being transformed into a water park, which will be very nice at some stage. So I'm just going to choose one of these little views here. I think let's have one with a bit of sky in. Let's try that one, and I'll enlarge it. Okay, let's go full screen so you can see it. Right, there we go. It's quite a dull day today. It wasn't, but it is now. But there's my picture, and I had to take this through chain link fencing, so it's not perfect. But I've got a nice bit of foreground in here, and this lake, which was a quarried pit. They've been quarrying for aggregate here. This is the other side of Beddington Park. It's not far from where I live. So we've got this background of trees in the just it looks distant, but it's not that far. And I just went down there this morning on my bike and took a few pictures of the area. So I've done it several times before, as you know. I'll just remove that and I'll put it where I can see it and do an impression of it. I don't do any portraits of things, but it's a case of simplifying. I make it easy because that's what I've learnt to do. There was a time many years ago when, because it was there, I had to put it in, and of course it was too ambitious. You can't put everything in a painting. What we're doing is making a painting rather than a copy of something that already exists. So with that, we can put ourselves in it. Now I'll just take you back to that photograph. I'll put it on my messy table. If you can see the sky, it's like a sweep. Look, you've got this nice light coming down here and these clouds. It's very cloudy now. I think we're in for a lot of rain. But I'm going to try and do something like that. I love skies. My ambition originally was to paint trees and skies. Well, I can do that to my satisfaction anyway. Let's just bring that over so that we've got more square on. Right, okay, it's Fabriano, £130 weight. It's cold pressed paper, but it's fairly smooth. But it's great for being cheap and wet in wet. Great for wet in wet. So there's my palette. I've substituted this cadmium yellow for the lemon yellow. I'm not sure I like it. It's a bit runny at the moment. So raw sienna, alizarin crimson, night red, ultramarine, burnt umber, Payne's grey, and burnt sienna if I need it. So I'm going to wet the paper. So this is the 45mm hake, Ron Manson hake, developed between him and Pro Art. Ron Manson died several weeks ago, sadly, but he was getting on. He was, I think, 91, and there's so much to make watercolour possible for lots of people. He got away from the fiddly pans of paint and small brushes, trying to do big skies. I discovered this Japanese brush, this hake, which has changed over the years that I've known it. I've been following Ron Manson for, as I say, over 30 years. The first book I got was on watercolour on the Ron Manson technique, was published first in 1984. And I got the book shortly after, having seen a video of him demonstrating in the Wye Valley. And it was life-changing, I have to say. I'd struggled with small brushes, and he was quite right. But then you can't fiddle and fuss with the hake. You can't do, little fiddly branches and stuff. You can do a lot. You can do an awful lot with it, more than you can probably with any other brush. But it does take a lot of getting used to. It's not straightforward. It holds a lot of water, and you have to learn to control the amount of water. Right, we'll put the light of the sky in, which will be raw sienna. Bit of water on the brush. We'll have to squeeze some more sienna out, so we just get that all over. Whatever you put on dries much lighter than when it goes on. When it dries, it's much lighter. So you have to compensate for that. So now we're going to do. I'm not using Payne's Grey for the sky. I like the light red, and I like this easel because I can lower it down. It's probably about, it's less than 30 degrees, I would think, which is fine. It's lovely. The water doesn't run down the page too quickly. Right, so quite strongish colour. So we've got a bit up here, and then we've got all this coming down, all going across here, and then that's about it really. It's not very dark. It doesn't. Oh, excuse me, I've picked up a cold from somewhere. There's a little bit of red in that. Not too much, just as we come down to the horizon. And I'll put in that cloud colour for the lake. And it's quite dark here with the shadow, but mostly the lake is catching the light. Well, yeah. Well, I'm going to join this. So headphones off. Right, that'll do. Just bring the paper flat again. Okay, so we'll put those background trees in, a bit of burnt umber, a bit of the cloud colour, and we'll come up here with these and all the way across here. Keep it level, although it's a bit of a slight incline there. We don't have to be dead straight. Behind these trees we've got Beddington Park, which is much photographed. I mean, it really is a lovely park. It's our local park, and this is part of our, sometimes we bike ride along the track from where I took the photographs. It's so lovely. It's peaceful. It's a bit of a dog walk but it's just a lovely thing to have in suburbia. All this wasteland. I hope it doesn't all get built on. I don't think this bit will, because of all the quarrying, and it's very close to the water table here. And we just get some up here. Just a few going up there. Okay, we'll leave plenty of light in that and sparkle. Now under that we've got some greeny stuff. So a bit of that yellow. It's all running into the corner there, and a bit of Payne's Grey. Not sure like the greens it makes, but oh, that's all right. A bit of blue in that. So we just put some of this in. A bit of sienna as well. And that sort of comes down here. This is the distant grassy bank, grassy knoll, and then we'll have a bit lighter under that. And under that we'll have even some darker shadow of the grasses. It will be a lovely, lovely recreation spot at some time. Right, so a bit of burnt umber mixed in with that, a bit of blue, a bit of dark. Right, that's before that. No, it's not dark enough. This is the bank, the far bank. And we'll get that coming down in there, all the way across. We've got a bit of not an island, but a sort of a sticking out peninsula. A bit more than that, it's a bit warmer browny, umber. Need to, and then we've got this bank under here. Okay. I just want to put a bit of shadow in some of this here, because it's just a little bit bland. So I just had a little bit of overpainting there, not too much, just a in the white's wet. Okay. Might even etch some of them out with a finger just to show some lighter bits. Okay. I can do some very fine wiggle work in there. I'm going to stretch the paper again. Now that sky has dried about right. I'll show you the photograph of it. It's quite pleased with that. Okay, ready? So there's my sky, and there is the sky there. Let's just zoom into it. So that's the sky there. So it's not too dissimilar. Right, let's just bring you back. Okay, right. Pull me back. Lost my screen. That's better. Oops. Right, now we've got this another island coming down here. Now this is drying nicely. We're getting some dry brush right now. I'm going to put some lighter stuff over that now. It's all in shadow, this is. The noise you can hear with the dustman. Let's just bring this up. Bit of scrubby stuff on top of that. And a bit of green in there. And just get that bank a bit harder. Oops. This was happening this morning, the brush is losing hair, so it's picking up hairs from the tray. Let's just clean it off. Okay, let's just put in some little bits and pieces with my fingernail. Oops. Just a few little bits of. It's just easier done with a card. Don't need a lot of these because there's not a lot showing. I'm just putting it in for the sake of it, really. Okay, right, now we'll put in those reflections of the bank, of the blue and grey, bit of red, and that will just, let's get that coming down there. Right in there. Clean brush. Put a bit of water down. Just let it flow a little bit. And a bit more under here. Although these ones here will be showing. And we'll let that sort of dry. Right. I'm going to start to put in this bank here. So nice dry brush, but we need a lot of shadowy, warm colours there. So burnt umber, bit of red, and just put some in. Bit of sienna. That comes up here with all the nice warm rich colours coming up here. The brush is doing nice things at the moment, making nice marks. And then we'll put more colour in that bit green. Oh, excuse me. Dear, oh dear. Oh, I got rid of one cough and cold and get another one. I want to wait for that to dry. I'm going to dry it off. Okay. This is where we want the nice warm coming up here into this. Right, I'm just using that rogue bit of hair brush sticking up the edge. Just a bit more red and a bit of grey, and some sienna in there. Just using bits of that brush just to show that we've got lots of stuff coming up here. Okay, now we want to, I can't think of anything else myself. There's just a little bit of texture coming up from this bank here. And this is all very indistinct along here. Reflection of the bank coming down there. It's just rough ground there. Right, I'm going to put in with a rigger. Oh no, let's use a bit of blue and a bit of brown and just do some of this here. Might be a few leaves on some of this. It's very, very fine. Some coming up here. Loads of this. It's all been planted, I think, all new for when the grand opening comes. It'll all be landscaped and look beautiful. You never know there were quarries. It'll be beautiful, probably be fishing and all sorts. Some of them are quite deep. Right, let's just bring some of those down into below us. Bring the brush together. Let's just put loads of these sort of little bits of grasses. Barely touching. Look how fine you can get with this thing. And then lots here. The thing with foregrounds is you don't want to put too much in them. You're not looking at your feet when you're looking at the distance. So it's a sort of, it's there, but it's not there. You don't want to anchor the viewer, but you can use some license here and put in a bit of texture. All adds to the nothingness of it, really. There's a bit of grey in there. Because it's all in shadow. Okay, I'm nearly done all I want to do. I don't want to use the rigger because this brush is doing the impressionist bit very well. sun coming up. Oh, let's pick out a few. Nearly done. I can't do anymore. Put a couple of the beads. Clean the brush first. Otherwise, if you leave your brush, it is redeemable. It's not like acrylic or oil, but it will. The glue, the gum arabic, and the paint will dry quite hard, and it'll take a bit of soaking to get it off, but it will come off. Right. What was I going to do? Oh, there we go. With my bird brush. Alright, these are quite distant, so we'll just put them in the light here. But coming in here, there are thousands, all scavenging off of the... Oh, that'll do. Right, I'll just sign it. I forgot to sign the one I did before. Hasn't had much interest yet. There's been about 30 odd, 39, 40 views and only about 3 likes. That's not very good. But Facebook, I put it on Facebook and it's doing very well. Different audience, I suppose. Right, well there we are. That is an impression of a photograph I took an hour ago. Simplified. Oh, I should do a little. Do I really want to do anything in there? I will. Very faint blue, I think, or bluey grey, but it'll dry. Oh. No, I don't really. It's not necessary. Not necessary. I might put it in. It's a bit too far away to see detail. Right. Okay. Let's show you the picture. Not that that is of any great consequence now because we haven't copied it. We've just used it as an impression. Well, there's the picture, the photograph, and there's my picture. So it's a grey day in Beddington Farm, grey day, overcast day in Beddington. It's not really that overcast. Plenty of light in the sky, and these little high clouds that are just sort of hovering. And just giving some interest to it. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. See you soon. Bye bye.